Hi guys, it's Ray. So I decided I want to do some more water drop technique, dewdrop, whatever projects. These are the first ones I did. And but I want to do that again. I did want to show you though, I did them without using chameleons because that was like a topic of conversation. And you don't get the same effect without the chameleons, which I knew you wouldn't, but you get this type of look if you use your regular micas. I'm still going to decorate these with my washi tapes, and they're still going to be pretty. They're just not going to be the same. So don't expect if you use regular micas to get the same effect as a chameleon mica gives you. It's a very different look. So I have two of these shell molds, and I have a mushroom jar mold. So these are what I want to use. I want to do a kind of classic looking mushroom, so I have to remember to pull regular resin out to do the jar part. But I thought it would look pretty sweet to do the little dots on the mushroom with the UV resin and then pour, or then do the mica and then pour. So I'm going to use from Woody's Goodies Pony on one of the shells and No More Mr. Nice Guy on the other one, and we'll see what we get. I'm going to use my Let's Resin UV resin. I don't need that part of the mold just yet. And we're going to see if I can neatly just fill in the dips in here. It does have a little ridge, so I ought to be able to just fill the inside of the ridge. With a fairly shallow layer. And I think that is a big, heavy dotting tool. I think I'm just going to use the silicone ends on these to do this, not the dotting tools. So, like this one's kind of like a paintbrush. And I'm probably just going to do a couple at a time and then cure them. I don't want to just pour it in because I don't want it to be too overly thick. And I haven't really looked around to see if anybody's done one of these mushrooms this way yet. It just popped into my head when I saw the mold that it might be cute. So here we are. I'm really not sure how to tackle these. I mean, I can kind of hold it open and maybe run a line. But then maybe I do just want dots because it'd kind of look like the waves washing over the shell and leaving water on it was my initial thought. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to use I think this dotting tool. And I do feel like some of this one moved on the silicone. So I'll probably run that one for another minute, or probably refill it. And I may fold. Let me turn this one inside out and see if I can get it turned back the other way when I'm done. Worst that can happen is I pop pieces off. Oh, here's my frog. He's still already dusted with mica. I haven't actually poured my frog with resin at all yet, so. I want to tackle the frog. Okay, I'm just going to let these run one more time while I dot my frog. Let me use a slightly bigger dotting tool. And I don't know how this is going to work without mica that's already on here. Especially when I think it's the same color I picked to use for the frog. Let's see. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to do his body cavity. I'm not going to get into his legs. I'm going to try and avoid his eyes. And I will try to remember to link to Julie's frog video, because hers was very cool. She's been doing a whole series of frogs. Grab my mushroom. Slide my frog in. I feel like they're pretty hard. I do have some on the back side, but not a ton. I'm just going to slide these back in just for these sound solid. So I think I'm done with this. I'm going to wipe this off. I don't know what color was on this. Unless you like keep a specific brush for every single color mica you have, you're going to end up with some color mixing somewhere along the way. So again, this is the red, orange, yellow from HTV Ron's set of chameleons. I don't know where I paused and where I stopped and where I started. Sorry. My bad. So I'm going to use this purpley, pinky mica on one of these shells. See, I lost one there, lost one there. But you can put too much mica in where your resin will not be able to get in there. I think I just lost another one. Maybe I should have just made shells with alcohol ink. Because I am losing so many of my little dotties. Things that seem like a good idea in your head very often are not a good idea in reality. And the next one, and I'm just going to use the same brush. Whoa, this blue. This blue is fabulous. So I'm going to use the olive green. The olive green looks like more of an interference mica, so I'm not sure what color it's really going to come out. I tried this on the first frog I did using the resin crate, and it didn't really give the effect I wanted, but I'm going to try it again. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, really? And I think for the leggies, I'm going to go ahead and use the golden green blue. I didn't mark when I used the HTV Ront ones which color was which, so I'm really just kind of guesswork which color I wanted at this point. Okay, so I have black resin mixed up. Probably way too much. I did my math and then lost my math, and I quite frankly don't know what I'm doing today. I don't have clear mixed for this yet, so I'm going to put that out of the way. This is a little bit bubbly, but hopefully they'll smooth out. Oop. And darn it, I wanted to level this before I started. Shoot. Ay, ay, ay. I'm having one of those days. My cut from my blade incident just healed, and I just cut myself on old sharp resin, so not doing well. That's level that direction. This is the direction it's going to be off. Oh. These might need a nudge to fill. think we're good. So I do have enough resin for one coaster mixed. I can tell you that much. So this is one of those holographic ones. Okay, so I've probably overmixed. It is what it is. I just want to be done. I've had enough. I was like super pumped about this project earlier today, and now I'm just like, okay, I want to be done. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some latte in first, which is a light brown. I'm going to pour a little bit, and then I'm going to add some teakwood, which is a darker brown alcohol ink. So I'm going to put a couple more drops of the dark brown on the back side. I'm going to grab a little pokey stick, and I'm just going to kind of poke down a little bit. I definitely have major bubbles. I'm kind of trying to encourage some of them to come up too. Okay, so I am ready to demold all of this. I am not terribly hopeful about the results of any of it, but let's see what we've got. First we have just the black coaster. Nothing fancy there. Obviously that worked out, you know. Black resin in a holographic coaster gives you a holographic coaster. I think we'll do one of the seashells next. If I can get an edge. Yeah, so lackluster like I expected when I started losing all the dots and whatnot. But what a cute shape and size tray this is going to be. So if I could do it right, it would be cute, but yeah. Oh, I do like this one better. This one definitely picks up more chameleon than this one. But these are so cute. They're like the perfect size trinket tray. But I do like the color shift on this one better. I think I got more of the effect. And I didn't lose as many of my little dots, which makes a difference. So I think my mushroom's going to be very bubbly and very lackluster looking at it from this side. Oh yeah, 8,000 micro bubbles in my base. I knew that was going to happen. cool on the color though, but all the bubbles got trapped right around here. They all got stuck right in this area. But again, it was super cold when I mixed this epoxy, and I do like the color though. So this will definitely be we try it again. And I'm having a hard time getting the edge of the lid. The lid was poured about perfect. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just gonna put that down for a minute. Maybe I'll have better luck with the froggy. He actually demolded fine. He's got all of his toes. And he is just cute. You can see where I had that extra layer of mica to begin with. So because it had that extra layer of mica, it's maybe not as pronounced as it could be, the water drop effect. As long as I don't let go. Okay, so that's either a really long string of my stuff or I have a seriously scratched mold. I am hoping that it's a long string of my UV resin. It's not quite the effect I was going for, but it's pretty cute. I would probably take another run at that. I will at some point retry all of these. I'm actually pretty happy with this one. And I'm not totally disappointed with this one, just not super thrilled. So that is it for all of these, just test pieces, other than, you know, the black coaster, which was a no-brainer. So that is it, and I will see you next time.